Hey, what up? So this one is going to be another remote viewing video, and I guess it's just going to be about like how to remote view better. And what popped in my head right away when I was thinking about this is like getting out of your body and not being attached to your body. Because like if you're trying to remote view but you're still consciously thinking about your body and stuff, then it's going to be a lot harder, and you're not going to be able to remote view for as long. And yeah, it's just going to be a lot harder. So doing like yoga and stretching every day is a really really good thing to do. And because if you think about it, all your whole nervous system runs all the way through your body, and you have these electrical channels, like little electrical wires, basically, which is your nervous system running throughout your whole body. And if those aren't being stretched on a regular basis and loosened up, they can get really tight. The muscles can get tight around them, and there can be a lot of negative feedback going up your spinal cord into your brain, and can affect your ability to just stay grounded, stay centered. And also you can have things like pain come up in your body and stuff. And if you're constantly experiencing that and experiencing discomfort in some sort of way, then it's going to be harder and harder to remote view. And yeah, so stretching out those cords, those nervous system cords, will allow you to get into a more balanced state so that you can remote view longer, and you're not focused on your body. So like when you get to that point where for me it almost feels like you're almost slipping into a dream, but you like consciously realize it as soon as it happens, because you're looking at something like wherever. And I usually don't really try and view certain things. It's usually like I see the mountains a lot, so that's probably a sign I need to get to the mountains more. And that's another thing, using nature to your benefit. Like nature amplifies and balances your energy so much, because in this modern day and age, we're always constantly surrounded by hundreds of different radio waves and microwaves and telephones and radiation on really, really low amounts, low levels. If we can completely disconnect from that, it really brings us back to our roots, as being a human. So yeah, go out in nature. Hills and mountains really amplify energy, and you can use the energy of Gaia to help you remote view. And getting really grounded, like I've said before, is another really good thing to be doing all the time, because it brings you at that really stable, balanced frequency that as humans we are part of Gaia's consciousness, and it allows us to blend to balance to the fullest amount, because we're rooted in that frequency of Gaia, and we can take full advantage of her as a whole, and all the nature that comes with that. And yeah, and being in nature with big trees, that are just alive as me and you, and they can help us balance. And being in water, one of my favorite places to remote view is in the bathtub. And I would lay down and get into a really deep state, and I would usually be able to remote view things a lot better and a lot quicker than if I was laying on my bed, which is also a good spot. But yeah. Other things, healthy diet, and yeah, just like I said, everything that can make your body feel really, really good, and have the energy flow and feel fluid, will allow you to reach those remote viewing states more and more. Yeah, being concentrating on your breath, and filling your body, and imagine love, the energy of love coming into your body every time you take a breath, and letting it like peacefully seep into all of your cells. And yeah, getting into that relaxed state when I'm on my back, another really important thing to do in remote viewing is like sighing, or like on your exhale, relaxing all of your muscles. And actually, the first time that I astral projected, and I've only done it a couple times, I honestly haven't really been trying to do it. But the way that I did it was I was on my back and I was underneath my pyramid, and the only times I've astral projected has been underneath my pyramid, which is another example of taking Gaia's energy and amplifying it. You know, use the pyramid, and it kind of creates this vortex. And I was actually on drugs one time, and I don't really do drugs that much, but I was on drugs one time and I saw a pyramid in like a higher dimension on like the surface of the planet, you know. It was only like 35 feet tall, but it was very, very clear that it was actually there. It was like this emerald green pyramid that I saw in Crestone. But what it showed me, at first I was like, is that actually there? And I kept walking closer, and it was like, oh my God, this thing's real. But it just like, it was, I was like seeing the aura of it, right? So like, it wasn't physical, but it was like, a light pyramid, you know? And, it would kind of flicker and switch into like an upside down worm, or like a wormhole almost, or like an upside down tornado, like twisting, up closer and closer, like a spiral, like kind of like that, you know. It was really cool. But yeah, what I was saying is how I astral projected is I was laying down, and I think I've done it both times in the morning when you're still like kind of in that really mellow dream state, you know, and or not dream state, but that really mellow, I want to say alpha wave brain state. And I laid on my back, and I've heard that if you can fall asleep on your back and wake up on your back and then not even move at all when you wake up, and I'm sure that's really hard to do, but that is a really, really good way, because you're still in like sleep paralysis mode basically, because your body, your brain like sends signals to your body to stop all motor function, so you don't start like running in the middle of your bed, like if you're running in a dream or something. But yeah, if you can do it right as you wake up, you're still in that really, really relaxed state. And that's another part. It goes back to what I was saying about having your body feel really relaxed and all of your muscles being clear of those old energies that are in those old knotted up, stuck energies, you know, by stretching and stuff. But yeah, back to my astral projection. So I was laying on my back, and on the exhale, I would kind of like push, like relax my stomach a lot and feel the energy from my belly button chakra, like my Kundalini chakra, on the exhale, like go up and like go into my third eye. And it was like that, like the relaxation feeling, that sense of relaxation, that subtle energy. I would like, on the exhale, I would release it and feel it go whoosh, 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 like every time through like the top of my head. And the deeper and deeper I got into that, I started getting into that sleep paralysis state. And then I kept doing that. I like kept calm, kept my cool, you know, and yeah, and then just kept doing that and trying to like be the observer of that and not be like, oh my God, because that's the hardest part about remote viewing and astral projection, is like feeling like it's just a natural ability and not being like, oh my God, I'm doing it, you know. It takes a long time. I'm still like getting better and better at it. But yeah, one thing, yeah, so when I was doing that, I eventually got into that sleep paralysis state, and I started seeing through my third eye, like through my eyelids, basically throughout, like through the top of my head. And then eventually I slipped right out. And when I slipped out, I had these big, long white arms with only 3 fingers. So like I was in, like on that higher dimension, I'm like this white ET with 3 fingers. It was pretty crazy. So yeah, that's how I did that. I know there's other methods. what's his name? Ryan Cropper is a really, really good guy to look at that has a bunch of really good astral projection videos, and he's been astral projecting for a long time, and he is very, very knowledgeable in that whole space, and knowledgeable with spirituality in general. So check him out. Ryan Cropper is his name. Yeah, there's one thing. Oh no. Oh yeah, yeah. So when to sustain the remote viewing for a long time, um, you really have to be that observer. And the last time that I did it, I think I told you guys about going through that wormhole on the platform with those ETs, and then seeing like South America, or like coming on like into the Earth, or into the exo atmosphere or whatever, and viewing Earth and then seeing South America. I sustained that for a bit, and the way that I did that is I was focusing love energy on my spine, like behind where my belly button would be. And in India, in Kriya Yoga, they say the spine is where the God center lives, like the consciousness center. So if you're focusing more on your spine, doing a lot of different methods. There's a lot of different things that you can do with your spine, and different chakras, and like moving your energy up and down. But if you, or like that day, I was keeping my energy on my spine, right above my hips, but I was also listening really, really intently to this tone that I had playing. And I was like projecting, or almost acting, or imagining that my spine was a speaker. It was like an orange orb that was like vibrating at the same frequency as that tone that was playing. And when I started to remote view and go into like that deep state where I was actually seeing a lot of stuff, I kept doing that. And instead of, blocking out that, oh my God, feeling I'm remote viewing, just blocking that out, or like subtly releasing that feeling back into the listening. And yeah, so that allowed me to stay in that zone a lot longer, because I was listening and being that observer. So yeah, guys, hopefully that helps. Thumbs up.